Whoa, okay, I just tried to do it really slowly so I didn't mess it up. I am messing up the overlay right now. There we go. We are good. Hey, everybody. It is a very exciting day. I don't have my music on. There we go. The beginning of the stream is the hardest part because I got to make sure I play the intro. I got to make sure I come in at the right time of the countdown. So it was pretty intense. The music could be a little louder. Let me just turn it up a touch. There we go. Sweet. How is everybody doing? I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I am currently suffering from food poisoning. Luckily, I've had the morning to kind of chill out. But yeah, I'm running on empty here. Not feeling great. But I'm very excited. The adrenaline will push me through it, and you probably won't notice anything. However, forewarning, the reactions might be a little bit more raw than you're used to. I'll leave it at that. We have mostly everything we need for a good show. A couple of weird things happened. And by the way, some of you are probably wondering, when does the Central actually start? Because we had a countdown and sometimes it gets a little confusing. So we're going to be discussing what we think is going to happen. We're going to look for the chat's bingo cards. And Lords is making her grand return to Tails channel today. So shout outs for that. We're going to look for your bingo cards. Lords and I are going to commit to a bingo card before we go live. So we've got like around 10 minutes before the Sonic Central goes live. If you're looking for the Sonic Central for yourself, it's actually peculiarly on IGN's YouTube. Let me just do a double check, a refresh, if you will. But no, there is nothing on the Sonic official YouTube. Somehow IGN, I guess, must have the rights to just all Sonic broadcasts or showcase cases. It must be something with their deal. I don't really understand it. It's very strange. But here we are. I don't know if this means that the interview that they were speaking about and their first impressions, the IGN employees giving their first impressions on Frontiers, it's unclear if that's going to be integrated into the Sonic Central now that this is on IGN's channel. What we know, actually, that actually is a perfect segue into what we know about what we're going to be seeing, right? So this beautiful primer put together by Ryan. Shoutouts should clarify everything that's going down. However, it is a little chaotic today. This seems very planned last minute. So we're gonna be flying through the seam of our pants. But Justin of the Sonic social media official team has said to us, let me just say this first, has said to us there will not be any jump scare rewinding like last year. And I'm also not using browser source anymore. I'm using display capture so that it won't be a problem. You will get all of my reactions far less stressed than last time. Back to the primer. So Ryan, thank you so much for making this. So in the Sonic Central, the description is tune in for a sneak peek at some of our upcoming projects, partnerships, and events happening in 2022. And then when it comes to the other thing that was supposed to happen today, it's the Frontiers hands-on gameplay. There's still work to be done, but at least Sonic Frontiers appears to be on a solid track when it comes to adapting the Blue Blur's unique gameplay style into a brand new open zone. That is entirely subjective, but interesting that they are kind of seemingly acknowledging the reception from the community in their description already. Thank you so much, Aqua Blue Tea, for the $2. They say 1998 to 2009 Sonic Supremacy. Hi, Evan. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for the support. We truly could not run Tails channel without the support of our fans, and not just the financial support, but the support of our community. I am privileged in that I have a wonderful community, and when I decide to be critical, the community is incredibly constructive, it's supportive, understanding. The comments on my video that could have potentially angered a lot of passionate Sonic fans was nothing but just warm fuzzies, and it was a really great experience. So it's nice to know that my video about the Sonic fan base at least made some ripples in our immediate community, and I think that's really great. Let me know if you have experienced any kind of change in the community now that we are in a main game news coverage cycle. Maybe things have changed. I'm seeing a lot of people saying nothing has changed. Oh my gosh, we're doing the same thing. it's pretty easy to say that, right? It's pretty easy to draw similarities, right? Find something new. Make it a new observation, right? What is different? Because life is constantly changing. So if you look for change, you will find it. And there is a lot of change going on here. So don't get too caught up in what you notice that's the same or repeated. You're just going to stress yourself out. All right, so without further ado, let's add lords to the call so we can take a little bit of time. Keep in mind, we still have around 9.5 minutes before, actually just 9 minutes before the central goes live. So I'm just going to call lords really quick and see, just test some audio balancing stuff. That's why I didn't add it right away. I just wanted to kind of balance audios later on so we have some momentum. Hey, lords, you know what? Why don't you tell me, since nobody here knows, tell me what you think of Frontiers so far. Get them caught up while I make sure you're loud enough. Keep in mind, they might not even be able to hear you, so you can meme. That's not bad. The volume's pretty good. If you got nothing to say, just keep doing that. That's great. Is that how you feel about Frontiers? Really? You feel Chat, can we get a big welcome back for Lords in the chat? I think she's earned it for sure. And there's one earned it. You don't think you've earned it? What? No, but you've earned it just as a person and the stuff that you do. We don't hear her. Well, I already have her on max volume. Is there any way of turning yourself up on your end? I mean, that was slightly louder. Can you keep talking? I think I'm... Oh, no, hold on. This is better. I figured it out. I was adjusting the wrong volume. Keep your stuff... Discord has 2 volume mixers, and I think it's for, like, audio played in their app. I don't know. It's just... Music appears to be mute. Who is saying that? Ryan? It's probably just too quiet. Give me a sec. I can't adjust the volume without breaking the tweet deck thing we've got going on over here, because I do not have enough real estate space on my screen to do all this stuff. This is absolutely mind-numbing. I'll try to turn it up. So yeah, every time I adjust the volume, you're gonna see that tweet deck thing disappear, guys, because it literally Epidemic Sound will not let me. The volume adjust disappears, and I have to squish the frame. So when I squish the frame, the volume icon disappears, and I don't have enough space on my screen. I just do not. All right. So now I can finally relax and take a nice drink. This should help me for today. Is my camera reversed? Oh my God. Oh, God. You can hear now. You can hear everything.
What happened?
I had desktop audio muted because I was playing the intro, and I needed to fix the volume of the background music, and I didn't want the background music to get caught by the intro. And I thought it only muted on the intro video track and not every single track of the live stream. Man. Anyway, back to this. Yes, we can actually hear Lords now. Everything is fine in time for the stream, whatever. Here we are, and I'm finally ready to relax because the stream is actually working now. To have a great cold drink of... I wonder... Oh, okay, great. You guys can see it. All right, I'm gonna have a nice drink of this brand.
You gonna show it close up?
You guys have this drink at home? Not a lot of people have this drink. It's really good for days like today, you know. It's just like you really need some of this on stressful days about the Sonic. I had an Evan moment. Yeah.
It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, who made that, Lords? Oh, wait a minute. It was you. And if you like the look of this drink, then you should support Lords and I on Etsy. Things are going really great over there, and if you haven't had a chance to get some of our stickers, You should definitely check them out. We put a lot of work into them, and I try my very best to emulate the early SA1 style. Oh, geez, you're seeing all things. I realized some things that I didn't adjust on my camera, so I'm doing that really quick. Fixed. Great. Jeez. Okay, so we now have around 4 minutes before the Sonic Central goes live. I know I originally wanted to go through and look for bingo cards, which is totally possible in 4 minutes, but it means we're going to have to go very quickly. So what I'd like to do is go through Twitter, Lords and I, try to find... Yeah, you're going to try to find a bingo card that resonates with you, that you think, based on what you think is going to actually happen.
We're just going to take a bingo card?
Yeah, we can, of course, credit the person that made it, give them a shout out. It's like, oh yeah, I think you, I vibe with your prediction. But let's see here. We got, I'm looking at some. Let's see. I'm gonna look at this one first. Let me just switch my screens. Great. So this one thinks that we're gonna get memes. Aaron Weber, Prime sneak peek. This is from Miles of 523. Aaron Weber, Prime sneak peek, new official art.
How are you finding these? You're just Googling it?
No, I'm on Twitter, bro. It's Tails channel posted a template where people can make their own, and I'm looking in the replies of that. But you can probably also look under the hashtag of Sonic Central to look for some. You're drinking hopium? Cheers, bro. Cheers, bro. Down the hatch. Hopefully this works. Oh, really? Hold on. Also,
ugly Sonic Morbs on stream.
Wait, where?
Hold on.
Oh, I thought it was on my bingo card. What do you mean?
No.
It's a different bingo card?
Yeah,
wait.
let me show you.
Yeah, please send it to. Are you sending it to me via Discord DMs?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Let me. Oh, I saw this one. Okay, so I'm gonna take a break from looking at this one from Miles.
Sonic game for mobile phones.
Maybe we both commit to this one since we're pressed on time now. Let's see here. Is it a serious prediction? Oh, I can't see. I need to open the image in the new tab as my monitor's tiny. All right.
Oh, okay.
Zoom call cameo from Ben Schwartz. That would be cool. Excuse me. Sorry, the copium is coming back. A moment of silence for... A moment of silence? Wait, I don't actually know who this person is.
Did that person die? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Rip though, if real, like rip for real. Reminder that the Mega Drive Mini 2 will feature Sonic CD. Okay. More Sonic Ice. That's fair. Second Sonic Symphony announced. Maybe. Redundant trailer for Sonic Origins. Redundant? They needed promotion. The game's about to release. Sonic Team continues to copy from Nintendo's tests. What? That is the easiest prediction to make ever. What? Okay. Ugly Sonic Morbs on stream. That's what you were talking about. Clarification on Sonic Origins soundtrack licensing issues. That would be nice.
Not happening.
Probably not happening though. For more details, check out on IGN. Well, that's not going to happen for sure because we're literally going to watch it from IGN. So it looks like we're like a minute away from the Central. Oh, geez. So let's just commit to this one, you know. We'll just have to
whatever.
We'll have to go back. Let's give a shout out to Mikey. I guess you could call him Mikey. Mikey Scaly. Michael Scaly, or at Fizz versus the World. You know, you caught our eye with your bingo card, so you win. I'm gonna switch to the Sonic Central. We now have 42 seconds. I'm gonna turn down our music audio. Stop it. I'm not gonna do that nice slow fade because clearly that's touching the volume controls is screwing me up. So in this last 30 seconds before we embark, definitely I need to make sure I take a sip of hopium. Okay. And I'm going to read this donation in 13 seconds. Aqua Blue Tea, thank you so much for the $5. Just a random thought. I'd love to see you and Lords go through Sonic Battle and Chronicles and see your real-time reactions to the stories. Well, it would be very hard to get Lords to play that. Oh my god, are we starting? Is it starting? It'd be very hard to get Lords to play that, but I mean, we could probably... I don't know. I wish there was a way we could experience the story without playing it, because I love Sonic Battle for its story, but I wanted to have a remake. I wanted Sonic Battle to have a remake so bad, but I'm like there's literally I'm the only person on the planet that wants that, I feel like. Anybody in chat want that? I'm only talking about this because the Central is just staring at me menacingly. Is it gonna rewind again? Oh god, I can't even believe it's here. Like the adrenaline, I completely forget that I have food poisoning right now. So guys, if Adventure 3 is announced, you might see me like vomit immediately. Like just like it. Sorry, like just forewarning. Like if something crazy happens, just and you're queasy like that, just turn off the stream. Just leave. I give you permission. Just get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what are they? Did you see that?
Hell? Yeah, jump scare. That was a jump scare. Justin lied.
Justin, you liar. That's funny though. I hope that was intentional and not a mistake. I'm hoping.
Hopium. You're hopium strong today.
Because I can't. Well, I mean, it's a good drink and it helps. All right. So in this silence, there's not even any music. What are they doing? What if they're just trolling us? Like this isn't even real. It is on IGN. What if it's happening right now on Sonic Official? What's happening? You guys would tell me, right, if it was happening right now? Wait, there's a poll going on? Favorite Sonic character? Guys.
Shadow, just click Shadow. Everybody click Shadow, okay?
No. He's gonna lose. No, I can't do that,
click
Lords.
Shadow. Click Shadow.
Okay.
Dude, click Shadow.
He's losing. I should have voted for Sonic.
What does that matter? If Sonic's obviously gonna win.
The Sonic fan in me just can't vote for Shadow, and I just did. So clearly I can. Clearly I'm lying. Try a refresh, but this is live. The ring is literally moving. Like it's not processing. It's probably because of the premiere timer. I'm on YouTube. I'm on their page.
Yeah, it's a live.
Oh my god, it isn't. Wait, what? I almost missed it again. What is happening? Why do they? Okay, whatever. We got it, but I had to switch. I almost missed this. This is insane.
Welcome everyone.
What? No, it's playing twice. They did it to me again. Oh my god.
My name is Ivo
Okay.
and I'm here with Izuka-san. We'll look at all the upcoming excitement in the world of Sonic. Last year we celebrated the 30th anniversary of everyone's favorite blue hedgehog.
Thank you for making it such an incredible year. And now, this year is shaping up to be our biggest yet.
In April, we saw the incredible success of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which opened as the #1 movie globally and once again broke records to become the #1 video game movie in the US. Thanks
So
to
what's
all of
going
you.
on?
No, the stream is live, Lords. Go to Sonic Official.
Oh.
On behalf of the Sonic team and SEGA family, we thank all of you. And now, let's see what the rest of the year holds in store for the Blue Blur.
I would love that.
Please enjoy.
It's Izuka's shirt, though. Okay.
Games that defined a generation. Roll back to the games that started it all with
Oh no!
a new collection, including the definitive editions of 4 iconic Sonic titles.
Sorry, that was me reacting to accidentally muting. Sonic Origins trailer. Turn up the volume. I did. Turn up more? Turn up a touch. I hate streaming. Oh. You can play as Sonic. What?
Holy shit. Oh, am I not supposed to swear?
It's been a while for you. It's fine. I try to avoid it. It's not a big deal. What? You can play as Knuckles too? Perfect audio level? Oh, okay. I can't believe I'm gonna talk over this because I mean, like, whoa, Tails, snowboarding. I can't believe they did me dirty like that again. I was looking, the page was open for Sonic Official all morning. Then IGN starts their countdown. So I go there, and then I'm sitting there, and then it starts before the IGN one out of nowhere.
Just
whatever.
The Twitch one will always be better.
Yeah, but
Did you have audio problems?
last time the Twitch one rewinded? I did at the beginning. Okay, so
Fully remastered and redefined.
So
Experience all
stay tuned for the
Sonic
end of the
Origins
stream. I have a really cool tidbit about that trailer. that I noticed. Stay tuned to the end, and I'll talk to you guys about
Sonic
it.
Central in Sonic Speed Simulator on Roblox.
Good
What?
soundtrack.
Introducing
Yeah.
a new
Whoa.
chemical plant where Eggman has kidnapped
So we
the
knew about
Electric
this.
Chow and is
Oh, I
using their
didn't know
life
about
force to
this.
power up Metal Sonic. Exclusively for Sonic Central. Unlock
Oh,
Amy
cool.
Chow
Amy
using
Chow,
a
nice.
designated code.
I mean, it's cool that they have,
Free
like,
the
things that are
Electric Chow
launching here.
to reprogram Metal Sonic. Join the fight against Eggman on June 11th.
Reprogram Metal Sonic?
This summer, unlock special movie-themed characters from Sonic the
Oh.
Hedgehog.
This will
2,
probably be Supersonic.
Forces and Sonic Dash.
Wait, is there normally a target in front of the enemy?
Whoa.
Super Shadow is joining the battle.
Whoa.
Black Knight music?
Halloween.
Mephilus!
Watch out for Mephilus the Dark.
Wait, no! He said Mephilus! Oh, God!
No, he did.
Welcome Sir Percival.
Mephilus!
Sonic Dash and also in Sonic
I can't wait to unlock Mephilus!
Arcade.
Yo,
Phyllis
Phyllis
from
is
The
in
Office?
Sonic Speed
The
Battle!
new Netflix animated series,
Wait.
Oh,
Sonic Prime.
are we gonna see
it?
Coming
Is that-
soon.
Whoa.
Stop
Here's a
swearing,
sneak
bro.
peek of our new show
This is-
for our
Hurry.
ultimate fans watching Sonic Central.
Wait, that's new footage in the background. Yellow? Is it Supersonic? Here we go. Shadow? That's Shadow. Supersonic? Shadow? It's Shadow. Is that Shadow?
Yeah, is that Shadow?
That's Shadow. That has to be Shadow.
It's not Sonic. I'm gonna be so confused.
It has to be Shadow.
Hey, it's him.
Hey! It looks good. Oh, wait, that's
Yeah,
it.
he
Come on.
They're like
You-
Shadow, guys. Shadow. You like Shadow, right?
The action, okay, but the important part is the squash and stretch. The action looks really strong, which is something Boom
Next,
did not
please
have.
welcome the voice of
Who's
Sonic.
voicing him?
Oh,
From the
yay!
Sonic
This was on the
With
card.
a sneak peek of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Blu-ray and digital.
Sneak peek.
Let's go.
I don't know if you know this, but we all saw this movie.
Schwartz here. I am the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. Please hold your applause. Please check
I like
out
he's-
the
how he's
home
here.
entertainment release of my movie Sonic 2.
That's what he didn't do it for
Beyond
this
it being
uncle.
another great adventure for Sonic, this time with some new friends,
Let's do this.
Yeah.
it is loaded with a ton of great extras. It's got deleted scenes,
Stone, what did you put in the coffee? Can you handle it?
hilarious bloopers,
I actually haven't seen these yet.
tons of fun moments.
I'll
from
check
behind
out
the
all of them
scenes
at
on
the same
set.
time.
And to top it off, an exclusive animated short which takes place right after the
oh,
events to Sonic 2,
here.
voiced by yours truly, Ben Schwartz.
Let's see how fast you are.
So do me a favor, put down that chili dog and
But-
take a look. Right now, or
What?
soon. Similar.
Nah.
Do it.
Yeah, I can't do it now. I'm busy. Like, come on.
Come on, dude.
Merchandise.
This year, we have exciting
Okay.
products from around the world.
We will be making merch.
Straight from Angel Island is an all-new Knuckles-inspired G Fuel, available this summer. Go toe-to-toe with Dr. Eggman with the Eggmobile Battle Set. Destroy that meddlesome hedgehog with 5 configurations straight from the games. Available this fall
Meddlesome
from Jack
hedgehog?
Specific.
Are you saying that that's like
Level
not
up
correct?
your Xbox gaming experience with this Sonic the Hedgehog wireless controller.
It's like
mean-
meddling.
Charging
It's not
stand by
metal. It's
Razer.
meddling, like meddling
Oh.
hedgehog. Yeah.
Whoa! Look at that on the left.
Oh, yeah.
Silkscreen prints
I'm-
are a
I'm buying
celebration of
that.
the Sonic timeline as he races towards the future.
Huh.
Introducing Hype and Sonic
Oh,
the
this
Hedgehog
we
Capsule
heard about this.
Collection,
We literally
featuring
reported on it.
energetic designs inspired by the high-octane
No
speedster
adventure
himself.
art. Rip.
Check out the upcoming collectibles. First 4 figures
That's-
resin
oh.
statues of Amy Rose and Miles
For only
Tails
$500.
Prower.
I can't wait to not be able to
Have
afford
fun on
those.
the go. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are now available as Pez dispensers.
Don't turn me into a Pez dispenser. Oh, that actually looks good.
Or just
Yeah,
have a
that
place
looks
to
pretty
rest
good.
it
They
in
normally look
gaming.
weird.
Check out the
Yeah.
newest cable
that-
guy
I
controller
mean, that's just a
holder.
render, though.
He's on Emerald Coast. He's on a
Retro
beach.
Gaming enthusiasts
Lords.
and Sonic fans. Find these
I'm buying
iconic
that.
Early 90s aesthetic inspired
Not that,
statues
not
of the
the
blue
classic.
blur. From
Thanks.
Japan is a special Sonic soft vinyl figure, standing 6 inches
Modern
tall.
Sonic's like
Bruh.
it's like
Not
Modern Sonic went
realistic.
through its classic Sonic stencil.
The proportions are messed up.
Well, no, it's a style. Relax.
I know, I'm just joking.
Stay tuned for the return of the Sonic the
Wait a minute.
Hedgehog Symphony.
It's coming back. That was on the bingo card. They're doing
Relive
another
the
one?
magic of the Sonic 30th anniversary
No.
symphony concert.
Oh, they're doing
Wait,
it
what?
live.
In
They're doing it
person.
live. Yay!
Watch
Awesome.
iconic moments from
Is this the-
Sonic's
is this the
history
new
come to
Sonic
life on the
Con?
big screen, alongside a full
No, it
symphony
probably costs a lot.
with a few new surprises.
It's probably
in
like a.
store.
Yeah, it's not like a Sonic Con. No, it's not like that.
So good.
Brazil
it's a
game show.
Brazil game show. Oh, tour dates? They're touring with it? That's pretty cool.
Well, it was very
They come with-
successful.
Info coming soon.
Was it?
That is awesome. Okay.
Fall Guys is going free to play on all
I've never
platforms on
played
June
this game.
21st.
I haven't either. More costumes? Tails?
All new
Probably.
Sonic collaboration. Coming
Tails.
to Fall Guys in August
Nope.
2022.
What?
Come play as Knuckles, Sonic,
Oh.
and Tails.
There we
Right.
go. You're slightly ahead of me. Where's Tails?
No,
What?
where's Tails?
Play as Sonic, Knuckles, and Knuckles again. What? That was strange. Not even like a.
Celebrate Sonic Frontiers. We are excited to
Let's
present
story
a
trailer.
sneak peek of a new animated special.
Oh, animated special.
Featuring Knuckles and taking place before the events of the game. We hope
Knuckles?
you enjoy this exclusive
Okay,
first
guys. This is narrative. Everyone shut up. What? It looks like Sonic X. Holy, I can't even believe what I'm looking at right now. What? If that's it, I'm gonna lose my mind.
look. We're
No!
airing the entire short later this year, prior to the release of Sonic Frontiers.
Oh. Spooky music.
A single frame? Okay, let's go. They still have a chance.
Oh. Oh.
Interesting enemy. Interesting boss.
Oh.
Okay, I like that idea for a boss, but that could be animated the whole time, though. Oh, sorry,
Oh my God.
automated.
Oh my god, this actually looks kind of cool.
Lords, this looks like gameplay-wise, this format is exactly the same as all Boost boss
Okay, but
fights.
it's visually different.
This is cool. That's visually different. I agree with you there. This is cool.
Thank you.
I mean, it's better than nothing,
Sonic
right?
fans,
Hi.
want to see more of Sonic Frontiers?
Yes.
Then be sure to visit IGN.com right now and all June long.
Well, I went on
Because
IGN.
Sonic Frontiers is the
I went on
first
IGN's
cover
YouTube,
story.
and then you
You can
clickbaited
watch
me.
the world-exclusive gameplay reveal right now, as well as the first-ever hands-on preview, with more coming later in the
Interesting
month, including interviews with the Sonic Frontiers development team and more. You gotta go fast
Gotta
to
go fast.
IGN.
This
Sonic
might be it.
Frontiers
Oh,
is
this
on its
might be
way.
it.
There's more details to come, so be sure to follow us
No,
on
I say
our official
3?
social channels
Cringe.
in the video description
No
below.
puking live on stream.
Thank you for tuning in to Sonic Center.
This is it. Wait, is there one more thing? No. Wait, that's weird to end it like that. What? That's it? That's totally it? That was such a weird way to end it, though. Like, not even Azuka said anything? That's I was expecting them to go to Azuka. That's why it felt weird. Like, it just ended so quickly. Okay, so that happened.
Wait, so that's replacing what IGN would have done?
I don't think so.
I'm reading right now.
Wait, what am I hearing? Oh. Okay. Okay, sorry. I heard a voice. I was very confused, and it was Game Explain. I was very confused. Okay, so I need to go to IGN because I believe IGN is still premiering. They were plugging it, right? They were saying that, like, check out IGN to see the gameplay or the first impressions. But
let me know where you find that.
is that on Geek Week?
Blasted follows a career-obsessed workaholic, Sebastian,
No.
and a laser tag prodigy, Mikkel,
Yeah, where is that?
two childhood best friends who are reunited.
No, that is not. But it was supposed to be at the same...
Mephilis.
Yeah, Mephilis got me. Like, that was hilarious. I can't wait to play as Mephilis. It's up. The video is up. So is it just under videos? Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, it's up.
Where?
It's
we can
just
start
it's,
at the same time.
just go to IGN's YouTube and it's under their uploads. I think so. I wanted to have Sam come on and talk about this.
Okay, found it.
So let me just see if I can I'm just gonna double check with him because Sam and I wanted to talk about this together. So this part of our streams is intended to be a collab. He might change his
should I
mind on the
leave?
fly. No, you can be here. It's fine. You wanna do Frontiers? Or maybe we should talk about what we saw a little bit more because I think that's what Sam's doing. I'll just
Shadow was really cool.
Shadow was really
like that.
cool in the central. I should probably be backtracking into it so I could actually look at it. Give me a second here. I didn't have all the forethought in the world. Let's see here. I am on Tails Channel's YouTube now, and so I don't know where everything is. It's all unfamiliar. And Sonic Central is here. Okay, great. So we're gonna go back into this screen where we can actually see what I'm looking at. So you said Shadow looked really cool, and now I have him on screen. So we pretty much knew that it was Shadow right away. But he looks really great. Like, I don't know. I just like the expressions. I like how they're squash and stretch on actually Shadow spinning around. And they knew this would give us hype because it's kind of revealing a character is involved.
Yeah, but it's so jarring seeing him in Green Hill Zone. Can we see him in a city? Like,
Okay,
why is he in Green Hill Zone?
Okay, but
I don't know. Are they going with the lore of like the islands being separate from like the mainland? Because then I'll be okay with it. But if
yeah,
they show...
that's probably what they're doing. Probably
I
consistent with
hope
what they
so.
said. Yeah, it's
So,
just a different island.
Also, what did you think about the Knuckles screenshot?
Oh my god! I was like, if this is it, then I'm gonna lose it, and then that was it immediately. I'm gonna take a look at it.
They're like continuity guys, right? You guys like continuity, right?
So Knuckles is actually guarding the Master Emerald, which is cool, but like you can kind of feel like Sega was like, they're gonna freak out at this, and like that's it. So like they're playing to our hype strings, but I just what I'm worried about is it's similar to Forces, right? Where they're like, find out why Shadow is a bad guy.
Yeah.
So here it's similar. Find out why Knuckles is here. What happens next?
Can they tell us straight out like how long the game is, please? Like,
just be straight up
like
about
how
it.
many hours? Yeah, like I'm so sick of us having to be like, all right, how long is this game? And then find out it's like 3 hours long.
Yeah, but even then, even if they tell us the length of the game, there's no guarantee that that's going to be like a fun 6 hours or whatever it is they say. Because I'm mostly worried, in a lot of my discussion about Frontiers, I'm mostly just worried that they're going to use the combat to pad out the game time because open world playthroughs are typically longer. And I'm just worried that they're going to really lean on that. And that's fine if they lean on combat. Like, I'm not saying that combat games are fundamentally bad. No, hold on. I'm just worried that based on Sonic Team's track record, the fighting will be very shallow and it'll be repetitive and they're going to lean on it because it's their new feature and it's just going to become stagnant and not very fun. You can't really play with it or express yourself through unique moves. But hey, if that ends up being the case and the fighting, there's a lot of different moves you can do and you can express yourself through the combat, I will happily admit defeat. So let's look at the Frontiers gameplay we got, because we weren't necessarily expecting...
Tell me when to start.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm talking about the gameplay in the Central still.
Oh.
Yeah, because Sam...
2.5 seconds?
The 2.5 seconds. Well, Sam is talking about what we see. Yeah, he said 12:30. Okay, so we're just gonna talk about what we saw until 12:30, and then Sam will join us and we'll talk about the new video. So stay tuned, guys. Don't leave quite yet. We're gonna react to it for the first time in about 10 minutes from now. We're just gonna break down what we saw, then move forward and do the same thing. So like I was saying before, jeez, that hopium got me all messed up. Okay, so like structure-wise, this boss fight, it really isn't different from what we've seen in the past. It could be that the stadium part, it could be that the hazards are in a unique format, and I imagine it probably is. But again, like, and this is from Secret Rings, so this is actually a reused concept too.
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah, because in Secret Rings there was an enemy that flew, and you walked on its it left a trail, and you would run on its trail, and it was automated just like this because it's Secret Rings. And there would be, I think this is more involved though. This is like a fusion of two concepts, because in Secret Rings, it's far more linear than this, and it's far less engaging. But yeah, what we really need to see is the new ideas, and that's why I'm so fixated on the combat, because that's what's new. Sonic fighting. That's the thing that, like, as I was a kid, I'd always imagined how that would work. So that's what I'm really focusing on and looking at. And it really seems like, all things considered, that is the most new thing about Frontiers so far. Because every new thing, because this they decided to show us this as something new, right? Part of the Central. And they know what we've seen. So it's a new boss they're showing us. And this is visually new, like Lords reacted to. You saw her experience that live. But that's what they're looking for. Just like when we saw Knuckles on the shrine. They're looking for us to go, whoa, like, that's something I recognize. or that's something different, or that's something new, right? So it hasn't been that Knuckles guards the Master Emerald in many years, so it's new. And it's also a little nostalgic. So yeah, this is all very calculated, and they know what they're doing. But again, I can't necessarily walk away from this Central saying it was good. I mean, this is about what I expected. What do you think, Lords? I have to close my door, and it's really hot because Lords is in the other room. So I'm kind of suffocating a little bit. So if you're wondering why I'm like fanning myself off, I cannot. I have to cool myself off somehow. The merch looks really cool, but a lot of the stuff is stuff we knew about. The poster was really cool. We're gonna buy that right away. The glow in the dark one on the far left.
Yeah, that's really dope. I love that one.
I do, in a way, like all three of these, but when it comes to which one I'm gonna buy, yeah, it's definitely the one with the bright colors, and that's definitely the highlight. But the other two look really, really cool too. I like how this is a classic Sonic kind of turning into modern Sonic. I like that. And like we said, this controller holder is the first, in my opinion, the first Sonic controller holder that actually looks good.
Well, it's a render.
That's true, but I mean, it probably isn't going to look much different than that, minus the materials on it and the lighting. The mold itself, the mouth will probably be drawn on in the actual thing. I hope it is. Oh, geez. It probably isn't. You know what? It probably isn't. And that's probably why I like it, because the mouth is drawn on. And yes, I know not everyone likes that, but I do, because Sonic's mouth is literally a 2D character stylized thing on the side. So I think as long as it's on the side, it should be drawn. If they're going to do the middle mouth thing like they're doing in Prime, where it moves to the side sometimes, but when he talks, it's in the middle, I think it should be 3D modeled, because that's realism. So lean into the realism, and then if it's cartoony and stylized, lean into the stylization. Just make it look intentional, that's all. Choose a path. Don't take the middle ground. 3D modeled, stylized, cartoony. I don't know, it's jarring and strange to look at. There's a reason that other people don't do that. What else is there really to digest here? Let's see. The Prime, I mean, I was really... Mephilus was so funny. You know what? Why don't we give the chat a chance to talk to us about what they thought of the Central before we move on and break down the first impressions of Sonic Frontiers. By the way, we're likely going to... Actually, no, I don't want to say that yet. Sam and I will just be watching it together. I don't know if Sam is watching it before us. That would be really funny. Are you going to watch it before us? Are you going to watch it before us or with us? Okay, sweet. Sam's probably wondering why I'm saying us, because the Lord's edition was very last minute. It was small, but I was pleasantly surprised, Mixed Media says. I mean, there was definitely some surprises in there. I mean, you guys saw my reaction, so you know, no need to be negative. It's a Sonic Central. Want to get, like, I will say, oh geez, I completely forgot to tell you guys. The thing about the trailer, the interesting thing. Oh my gosh, guys, did you guys like all leave? No, you guys are still staying. Perfect. Guys, so the shirt I'm wearing, Strategy Guide made that trailer. I'm part of Strategy Guide now. Strategy Guide has been doing various projects with Atlas, and now we're working with SEGA, and we made the Sonic Origins trailer that you just saw in the Central. Now, I wore this shirt so you guys can remember the name. If you ever need to look back, you can look it up on social media. All announcements on our future projects, which we have many exciting projects coming soon. I can't even believe I'm saying this right now. Like, I was involved in the Central. That's insane. But I gave a lot of feedback into how the trailer came to be. A couple of examples include, like, when Sonic jumped past that ring and hit the text and it, like, spun around and transitioned to the other clumps of text. That was something that I contributed, along with, like, when Sonic hits the logo and, you know, gets, like, kicked out of the screen and spews out rings. Just some examples of the things that, you know, we were talking about and how to make it just look more fun and alive. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the trailer. It was a very collaborative effort. Let me give some shout outs of the team that participated in the creation of that trailer. Korimaru, If you don't recognize the name, he is the one that is the head of planning Sonic and Sega Fan Jam, and he's done them in the past as well. We've got the one you guys are very familiar with, Matt, the previous owner of Tails Channel. He was heavily involved in that as well. Of course, Sam Procrastinates, which he's probably announcing that, or did announce that he contributed a couple minutes ago. We've also got Kenny, and I believe we have Aaron, who helped a lot with the Cooking with II videos that worked with Sega in the past for, I believe it was Banana Mania. So, suspension, you knew about that one shot? I don't know what you're talking about. Yo, that was so cool. I'm glad you think it was cool. The trailer was high-key the highlight of the whole thing. That's super cool that you got to work on it. I still can't even believe it myself. It was very incredible, and there are things coming up that I can't believe I'm involved in either. It feels really great though to feel like it all ties together. I keep telling you guys that Sega is listening, and I've been involved in the community for many, many years, and I think the point I want to make is that I don't necessarily have the numerical reputation. I've always just tried to make friends here. And you can probably tell by looking at the stream viewership that this is probably not the most populated stream reaction, but I've been around since YouTube literally launched. I will admit I was looking for a way to embed my videos on my own website. However, I eventually made my own stuff. So I've been around a long time, just trying to make friends. And it's cool that if you choose that route and you don't necessarily want so much social media attention and you just want to work hard and you're passionate about Sonic or whatever it is franchise, or whatever franchise you're passionate about, you don't need the numbers. Don't let that consume you. They're emptier than you realize. Anyway, yeah. I can't believe I almost forgot to tell you guys about that. But yeah, that was really, really exciting, and I'm happy that I got to tell you guys that on this stream. So definitely check out Strategy Guide on social media to find out about all that really cool stuff that we're going to be working on. All right, so it should be about time. Sam's probably looking for me to... Okay, yeah, so he confirmed that we're going to watch the first impressions of Sonic Frontiers together with Sam. So we're going to react together. Sam and I have said that we're going to... because Sam and I haven't really had a chance, at least publicly, to kind of have a public discussion with you guys in the chat about where we stand. Sam and I are a little bit different, but also similar. So it'll give you guys a chance to kind of contrast, compare, and see kind of where you stand on Sonic Frontiers. Because I know it's like it can go either way. And Lords, just to clarify, since you're going to be added to this kind of balance beam as well, which side are you on? Frontiers exciting? Frontiers not exciting? You gotta say it, Lords.
Let myself be excited, so.
You never let yourself be excited for anything?
No, not for Sonic. I haven't earned my excitement yet. So.
And I think that's fair. I mean, naturally, because I live with you, I inherit some of those feelings as well. But I truly believe them in that this. Like, there's a lot of people saying it's just a video game, or it's whatever, it's just a blue hedgehog. And while I would normally agree with you when fans take Sonic way too seriously, I just think the missing piece of the conversation is that this is the only window of opportunity for Sonic to change his reputation when it comes to video games. And so, when the first impression of Frontiers, even if you were excited, the objective thing is that the reception was hit or miss for people. And that is a mistake. Like, that shouldn't have happened. They normally hide behind some sort of trailer, add a bunch of fluff and like maybe a theme song to get us really pumped. But they didn't do that this time.
I mean, they shouldn't have. They shouldn't do that.
In hindsight, it is good that they did what they did for us, because we can tell them this is our problem with the gameplay, because we get to see the raw gameplay as early as possible, which is why this is our window of opportunity. Like, we literally have to give feedback now. It is literally, it was already perfect with Mania and the movie bringing eyes to the franchise, but now Sega, for whatever reason, has made an error or maybe I don't know.
think it's an error. I don't think you
I can't
should say
confirm
it's an
that.
error.
Right, I'm backpedaling a little bit. I can't confirm it's an error, but some people are saying it's an error. So, and some people are saying that it's a bad marketing, so that's why I'm putting that out there. But what I will say is, because of that, it is even more of a stars align moment because we get to see the raw gameplay. We get to give our impressions, not clouded by the like fluff and like special effects and bending cameras of trailers in the past. I guarantee you, when I was a kid and I was watching trailers for Sonic 06, I got really excited because, and then when I looked back, I realized that they were bending the camera around and so many flashes and quick cuts. I couldn't even really tell. Again, I was a kid. I couldn't even really tell what game I was playing. And that's something that typically Sega does. So we're very, very lucky, and it's very important that we give our feedback. Very important. I'm seeing somebody on the the tweet deck saying, wait, look, I wonder if I can just actually play this. Will it? Oh, geez.
This Halloween, watch out for Mephilus the Dog.
This Halloween, watch out for Mephilus the Dog. Okay, so Sam is probably looking to be added to our call, so let's get him in here. Yeah, he's asking me. Okay. Here we go. Bam. Let's see if he picks up right away. I hope he's not waiting too long. Sam. Hi,
Hello,
Sam.
and can you hear me?
I can. Let me make sure my chat can hear you. Should be okay.
Where do I watch this? I'm so unprepared for this right
No,
now.
it's totally fine. We had trouble. Did you get clickbaited by IGN as well?
Clickbaited? How so?
Okay,
What
so the jump scare thing that Justin said wouldn't happen totally happened to me because the live page on IGN's website went live before Sonic Official. So I went there and I was watching it, but then I found out that Sonic Official started before us, and so I switched to Sonic Official as soon as it started. I almost missed it.
Yeah, I had to switch last second too. My chat told me to. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that did happen to us.
Okay. To clarify, it's on IGN's YouTube. Just go to their
I sent the
videos
link.
page. Oh, great. Thanks.
Oh,
Liz.
okay. So the first hands-on impressions. I see it now.
Yep.
Okay. So you didn't see anything yet? I haven't seen anything yet.
Nothing. And it's gonna be an interview, so we'll just shut up and listen, I guess, and talk
okay,
after.
So yeah. Should we just count down and we'll watch at the same time?
Yeah, go ahead. You can do it since you're already talking.
Okay. I do talk a lot. All right. So let me know when you're ready. I'm at 0 seconds and I'll count down.
I'm ready.
Yep.
And we're not going to pause until we're going to do an analysis after. You guys ready, chat? Here we go. Reaction time. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
I am react.
And okay.
This is all footage we've already seen.
Sonic's done a lot in 30 years.
He
He's
has
been a
idle
pioneer
animations,
of
by the way.
high-speed 2D platformer,
Thank God.
an Olympic athlete, a respectable kart racing enthusiast, a fighter, a TV star, and a Hollywood blockbuster movie star as well. But he's never done open world, and Sonic Frontiers fixes to change that. I was fortunate enough to be one of the first
Wait, they
people
just called it
outside of
open
Sonic
world.
Team to go hands-on with Sonic
Interesting.
Frontiers.
I
And
just saw-
let me just say, if you're worried about how the blue
I saw a
world will
Twitter
fare
post saying
in
that they're
this
not calling it
unfamiliar
open world,
genre, well,
but
I
okay.
think Crush 40 probably put it best. Open your heart. It's gonna be all right.
What? That's how you're making us feel better? I mean, it's okay. It's
First
cute.
thing that struck me about Sonic Frontiers was how uniquely somber and serene it was right from the outset.
Okay.
After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds
wormhole?
himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island, with nothing but an AI voice guiding him to collect the Chaos Emeralds.
An AI
There's no
voice.
one for Sonic to bounce quips off of, no energetic Crush 40 soundtrack, just wide open fields as
Wait,
far as the eye can see.
why
that-
would they
There's
say
an
that?
air
Is that a
of
good
mystery in
thing?
Sonic Frontiers.
That's not a good
And
thing.
it's a vibe that's driven home even further by the beautiful yet minimalist piano melodies
Well, I guess
that
it's
accompany
different. It's
Sonic
not a
as he
bad
explores the island.
Yeah, I guess it's not a bad thing,
It's-
but it's
no.
such a weird thing.
I guess that's a comment made for people who maybe aren't Sonic fans.
Right.
All of this is a very intentional choice. I asked Sonic Team head Takashi Izuka to describe how the tone of Sonic Frontiers differs from previous Sonic games, and he said, past games in the Sonic series have taken different tones depending on their stories and themes. This time, these mysterious islands are the game's major setting. That's why our artists have worked hard to create a mysterious mood. Of
Okay.
course, the big new change in Sonic
looks beautiful, I'll
Frontiers
say
is
that
the
much.
shift from purely linear levels to a huge open world where Sonic can freely run in any direction. But Sonic Team doesn't like to use the term open world to describe Sonic Frontiers' gameplay, instead referring to its style as being open zone. Open world games like Zelda or other AAA games fundamentally have RPG or adventure worlds.
Okay.
For Sonic,
What?
the core here is a 3D action game. Our basic idea was to have that take place in open space. What sets Sonic Frontiers apart is this different approach to an open game world. Having
So it's
played
not open
Sonic
world.
Frontiers for about 4 hours, it's easy to see what Izuka-san
Is it
means.
saying it's more of an
Sonic Frontiers'
action game, like a
open zone
platformer?
design is very
Yeah.
different from any other open world I've
me
played.
see.
It's a giant playground. Every few feet, there's a bumper spring that bounces you like a pinball between 5 other bumpers before
Pinball
putting
without
you
the
on one of
physics.
the many grindable rail tracks. Or a speed ramp that sets you on a completely
Sorry.
different
But does that mean it has
path to
no
some other
RPG elements?
Or reward. Or a line
No,
of
it definitely
rails that you
does.
can light speed dash into. Essentially, they've taken that core appeal of every Sonic level having multiple paths that eventually loop back around to the main one, and applied that to these giant non-linear open zones. One thing that has to be noted is that very few of these elements are built into the environmental design, meaning that rails, platforms, boost rings, and so on are just inexplicably floating in the air all around, which isn't totally unusual for a Sonic game, but it feels especially jarring in Frontiers in particular because of the frequent and sudden pop-in of these objects and the otherwise very naturalistic
Is
art
this a
style.
review already
Of
from
course,
IGN?
It's worth emphasizing that this gameplay and the version that I played were from an early build. But this is definitely an area that I would hope to see improvement in the final
I'm
version.
happy IGN said that
Beyond
publicly.
that, there are also
Yeah.
a wide variety of puzzles and challenges that are littered throughout the zone, and completing them is how you uncover sections of your map. Most of these are very simple, requiring you to orient the statue the correct way, quickly hop back and forth between colored tiles,
Well.
or use Sonic's new side loop ability to draw
Still
circles
pretty
around certain
simple.
objects in the environment to interact with them. The best ones,
It's
though,
literally
are
connecting the
races against
dots.
clock where you have to get from point A to point B in a limited amount of time.
Oh,
The openness of
okay.
Frontiers level design makes straightforward races like these a ton
A
of
race
fun,
against what, the
because
seagull?
You have to try and improvise a
The
path
bird.
to the end that might not be immediately obvious.
Are we racing the seagull?
He's gonna
Ooh, we
lose.
racing.
He's gonna lose.
I know, the seagull's faster than Sonic.
There are some exceptions, but combat in traditional Sonic games generally isn't a thing that goes much deeper than jumping, rolling, or using a homing attack into enemies at the right time. That changes in Sonic Frontiers, which now has you fighting all sorts of wandering enemies and mini-bosses using an all-new array of incredibly flashy attacks. It's not all style and no substance though. Sonic is able to quickly dodge using the bumper buttons on the gamepad, and by pressing them together, he can even parry attacks with the right timing. His homing
So he can
attack
parry.
also feels much more powerful, landing with a ton of impact and keeping Sonic stuck to his enemy, allowing for
Is
a
that a
flurry
ton
of
of
follow-up
impact?
strikes. One of the things I really appreciate about the combat from what I played is that there are usually multiple ways to deal with specific enemies.
That's good.
Like, take for example this guy, who has an impenetrable shell that he can expand into spinning blades and throw at you. One way to deal with him is just to carefully time your homing attacks so you don't get hit by the blades. But if you do that, the window to damage him is small. To increase that window, you can either parry the blades and knock them away right before they hit you,
You can parry the blade.
or you can even use Sonic's side loop ability to encircle the enemy, which causes the shell to go flying upwards.
Okay. There's also a tornado attack that looks just like the one from Sonic
Defeating
Heroes.
these enemies will reward you with
They didn't mention
EXP.
that.
It's like a
and
faster
purchase
spin
new
cycle.
skills from a skill
Yeah.
tree, which gives Sonic Frontiers a really nice
Skill
feeling
tree.
of power progression, even in just the
See,
relatively
RPG
short
element.
amount of time that I played.
Can we see it?
Some of the later skills that you can get are just unbelievably cool. And
Oh.
it's super satisfying to see Sonic Team experiment with
So there's
different ways
just-
that Sonic
are they
can
not
attack
showing that
enemies
stuff?
beyond just spins.
Yeah, they
jumps,
need
and
to show
bumps.
that.
Okay.
In addition
I don't think
these
they need to show
smaller enemies,
everything.
There are also a handful of
I wanna see the
annoying
menu.
bosses that I had to contend with. These are near Shadow of the Colossus-esque in their scale, with one in particular against a beast named Asura, requiring Sonic to bait the Titan to slam the ground and then boost up its arm in order to reach the weak spots on its head.
By
It's
boost,
an
you mean
ambitious boss
get pushed
battle,
up
far
the arm.
beyond anything I've seen in the Sonic series to date, but it's also the part of the game that needs the most work.
Okay.
Far too often, I'd fly off the boss's arm without knowing why, or I'd get to the top and for some reason lack the
Damn.
momentum needed to actually reach the head.
They're
Sonic
already-
must hunt down and defeat these bosses
Whoa!
in order to
That-
lift portal
no!
gears.
Whoa, that was kind of
Whoa.
that was a neat
Okay,
animation.
So he's climbing, okay.
Done in the style of previous
Whoa.
Sonic games, giving Sonic Frontiers
Interesting.
a nice mix of both old and new styles.
The way
These
he
classic
ran off the
levels
boss was
each
the
come with a
funniest thing I've
handful
ever
of
seen.
optional goals, like beating the level under a certain time, collecting all the red rings, and so on, with each
I like
goal
that little-
rewarding you with a vault key, which are needed to unlock the coveted Chaos
Oh, wait.
Emeralds.
Chaos Emeralds, yeah.
Oh, what? Really?
You didn't know Chaos
Sonic
Emeralds were in here? We
Frontiers
saw
is an
them.
exciting new step forward for the Sonic series
just looked
into
like they were out
uncharted
there.
territory. And based on my time with it,
Hold on.
Sonic Team seems to have hit upon a winning formula.
Oh.
There's certainly still
He
work
thinks
to be
they're-
done
it's a
before
winner.
it's released during the holiday season. There's a lot of distracting pop-in, there's a fair amount of bugs still left to be squashed, and the big boss fights could do with some tweaking.
Okay.
But ultimately, my time with this early build answered the one question I had on my mind. Will Sonic's one-of-a-kind gameplay translate into an open world? The answer is a resounding absolutely.
Really?
Thanks for watching, and tune into IGN for more Sonic Frontiers coverage as part of IGN First. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.
Interesting.
Okay. You know what? So, there were some things in here, but I'm gonna walk away from this as a positive. I feel like this may have raised my excitement a bit more. It moved the needle a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit.
In what way?
You know what I mean?
In what way? And like,
In
how
what
so?
way? I think honestly the main thing that they talked about that got me excited was the fact that it sounded like they mentioned that there's skills that they are not showing.
Yeah, that's important. That was important detail to add for them. Like, I needed to know the depth of the fighting system. Realistically, I'm not going to know the depth until like I play it, because they're not going to.
Right.
Oh, jeez, tails on my face. They're not gonna show it unless my donation notifications are awful. Yeah, they're not gonna show everything, because then of course it wouldn't be satisfying to unlock, and so that's good. And it's good to know that they're clarifying that kind of stuff, because that's the kind of stuff we want to hear about. The Crush 40 comment though, what do you think about that? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so that was bizarre. My initial reaction, if you guys heard, I said, like, that's not good. Like, why?
But that's for fans, right?
But yes,
it's bad for fans. So,
but then the fact that they went out of their way to explain that is an intentional design choice. It's supposed to be different. My only hope is like maybe it's somber in the beginning of the game, and the more you go through it, maybe that Sonic element starts to come back. That's my hope. Will they do that? I doubt it, but that's kind of my hope. Like, why would they say that? You know?
Yeah, because like the mystery effect of the world will it still like it? I like your idea, right? If like when you complete the world, maybe the completed world hub music is different. Like it has a kind of a happier tone to it, because it's no longer a mystery, right? And you actually get to see the impact of your adventure on the environment, and so no longer is it mysterious, but you've saved it. You know, that would be really cool.
But at the end of the day, it also doesn't have to be Crush 40 specifically to be Sonic-y. We already heard from the leaks that the cyberspace levels have really good music. So I'm not, and they said it was bumping music. So to get your Sonic fix in terms of songs, this game will have that.
Yeah, I'm sure that that'll be there. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. So let's go through this real quick. So I wanna we could skip the first couple parts here, first couple minutes.
We saw that strafing puzzle. What do you think about that? It's like it's not any more complicated than any of the other puzzles we've seen.
No, that is no different than having a quick step section in a game, except you're just stationary now.
Right, and this is I'm worried about the puzzles now, because we've seen what, like 4 or 5 different puzzles, and all of them are equally simple.
Yeah, we have the turning the statues, we have the fire one, we have the button one where they messed up, and now we have this one where, yeah, like what is this? So
I like creative puzzles where like you can, I don't know, like you have to actually like figure it out. I'm hoping that it will build to that.
I need something Sonic based. You know, this is so funny. I mentioned this in a call with some of our friends privately, and I remember mentioning this. One of them said, "So how would you, if you were in charge, Sam? You know, if you want the puzzles to be speed based, how would you do that? That sounds hard." And I'm like, "You're right. It is hard, and it's never been done before, which is why they need to do it." There needs to be, like, I know they mentioned there's races in this game, and that's good. Like that's the speed element I'm looking for. But there could be puzzles that are speed based. There could be stuff that is more than just reaction time, you know?
Yeah.
And like if it is going to be reaction time, it needs to be interesting, not this, right?
The hope is that they're doing the same thing like with the fighting mechanics, that they're like hiding it because of course they don't want to show everything, but they can show one complicated puzzle. Just one.
Yeah, just one. And I think the thing when I think about like a fast-paced puzzle, I imagine like you press a button and then you have a timer to get to a door.
They
right?
mentioned that, didn't they?
They mentioned a race, but they did. I don't know if they mentioned a timer for a door,
set
did
amount
they?
of time. I do remember hearing that.
Okay, well that's good. But we should have more stuff like that. It doesn't have to be the same puzzle, but more stuff like that. It should be speed-based and, more importantly, fun. I don't see this as being fun. If they want to do a rhythm type thing, like a reaction type thing, they could make it more like a rhythm game, and I'd probably like that more because it's more exciting. But this doesn't look exciting.
I liked the perfect.
This puzzle specifically.
I liked the perfect homing attack actually. From like, I like the idea of
yes, I do,
that.
and I do like to hear, and I think that's what really got my excitement up a little bit for this one, is the idea that combat is different. And it sounds like there's a good amount to it. Even the guy at IGN sounded like he liked it. I feel like
good.
the way they showed it off to us, he's like, well, if you do it this way, you're gonna get hit because the window is too small. And now it makes sense why they got hit in that teaser video. Again, though, the way they did it, though, how would fans know that, right? It just looks like you messed up.
Well, that's why they need a video like this, which I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see the grabbing animation when Sonic like grabbed onto the Titan.
Okay. So I need to go back to that. So you weren't watching me, but when Sonic was flung off, when the IGN guy, which by the way, another reason why I think this video was a positive is because whether intentional or unintentional, it put SEGA and Sonic Team in hot water to fix these bugs, because they just publicly said there's bugs in here that need to be fixed. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Sonic Team or SEGA didn't know they were going to say that. Like, I assume that they made a deal where IGN could say whatever they want, because there's no way they would have allowed them to say that. But they did publicly. They were honest, and that's good, because now people before release know that those problems are there. Not just hearing it from Sonic fans or hearing it from people like us who are just quote unquote complaining, but
this is from IGN now, guys. Yeah.
An actual journalist who played the game for 4 hours, I think he said, which, by the way,
wait, 4 hours?
Yeah, he said 4 hours, but I'm hoping he didn't beat the game in that time. But I'm saying is, though, it put them in hot water where now I feel like they have to iron out those bugs, because now people know they're there, and they have to, at some point before the release, mention that, whether in another video from IGN, another hands-on video, or a tweet or something. Like, this was publicly said, this has bugs and popping,
which is good.
They have to address it.
Like, community, you have to understand that I keep saying hype and critical, and that's what that was the tone of this entire IGN video. He was critical, but he's excited at the idea because it seems like he feels like it's working, and I don't disagree with that. But the only thing I've ever disagreed with is that, considering the context of how many eyes are on Sonic right now and how many potential new customers you can get when you have like pop-in and like animation glitches like that when the world is watching, that's what I was upset about. I was upset because the world is watching, and that, after 5 years, is what we saw. That doesn't necessarily mean that the structure or the foundations of what we have aren't going to work, in my opinion. And I never once took the stance that momentum is required for this game. In fact, I've been on record like 3 or 4 times saying, guys, momentum, as cool as it would be, and I agree that that's ideal, is not necessarily the only path to success. You could make the argument that it is more realistic to have running controls work like they do in this game, because if you're standing on a hill, do you just slowly start walking down it automatically? No, you have some grip on your shoes, right? Now, what I will say is, what if in the skill tree in this game there is a roll? The thing we're mourning about is that we're not getting momentum based level design. We can still get a roll, technically. That could be something that he gets later on, and we could kind of roll down hills and mess around with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not designed for that, and that's the dream. Just because the dream isn't achieved doesn't mean I'm gonna die.
Right. And you know, the thing is like if they don't want to go the momentum route, that's fine. I still want, at the end of the day, I just want the game to be fun. And I will say the way they showcased it more here does seem like more fun than how they showcased it originally.
Well,
And
this
that
is proof that releasing it with absolutely no context was probably a mistake. I agree with what Lord said earlier in our stream, where she's like it was intentional in that, and it's good that they showed raw gameplay. Like that's good. But I think they should have had somebody talking. And I realized I missed a donation. Wait, no, I'm gonna read them at the end. Yeah, because you probably have some too.
Yeah, I have a lot too. I missed you.
Okay, sweet.
So there's something I did miss though, Evan. So when he ran off the boss, when he got flung off the arm, and the guy narrating even complained about that, saying it happened for no reason, which it's not that it happened for no reason. He hit the red, but Sonic's running in midair. And
that's from Lost World.
Yeah, it's Lost World, and that also happened in Forces too. The reason why I laughed at that was because that happened in the classic Sonic games, and I haven't seen that return in modern since Lost World. So the fact that that's there, it made me laugh. But my immediate reaction was, "Oh no!" Because that means when you get hit by those bumpers, they didn't put an animation in place when you fail. You're just gonna run on air until you hit the ground, and that's so bizarre.
I mean, I kind of agree with you. I agree that it looks weird, and I think they should have a falling animation because it doesn't suit this like realistic take. Like it seems very much like they built Lost World on top of classic Sonic and Generations, and they just have kept using that code. And because this game is realism, it's a problem. In the context of Lost World, it's such a tiny problem because it's cartoony. And Forces, it was kind of a problem, but again, that game was heavily stylized too. This is even more like cinematic, realistic, and so we say stuff like, "Oh, fur textures would be good here because the environment looks beautiful, and look at that grass. Like it would be even cooler if Sonic looked that way."
But what I will say though is because of him running off the wall, I looked away and grunted. I missed this animation of him grabbing the boss,
which is kind of neat.
That actually is the cleanest animation I've seen in this game so far.
It's because you don't expect them to have an animation for that based on what we've seen so far, because they don't have mid-air animations, right? So it's like a strange level of polish we haven't seen yet.
And it's a double-edged sword for me because I like that animation. Why don't they do more? like this showed me, okay, they can animate Sonic, but now it's like, where the combat needs this. The combat needs this attention to detail.
Well, can I stop you there? Because I don't necessarily see any more attention to detail. The fact that the animation exists is what is an unusual amount of polish. But the problem with the animations, it still applies to that animation because the problem is the blending. And if you look at that animation that we're praising right now, there's still a problem with the animation blending. He kind of snaps and his foot snaps into place.
Yeah, it's not perfect, you know?
Yeah.
But this is where we're at, where something new and something
is enough.
Like that, where, okay, what if the player gets launched off, but they go back, but they are able to grab the boss again? The fact that they thought of that and they have an animation in place for that very specific scenario is good.
Yeah.
We need more animations like that for specific scenarios. For example, what if you decide to jump right on the rail? Let's have 2 of those, huh? let's
yeah.
You know, when you know, Sonic gets launched up in the air. Let's have an animation for when he looks up and down.
Yeah,
right now,
anticipating up and down. Even 06 kind of had that. He's looking up and then he spins around and then he goes down, right?
Yeah.
So,
but you know, that's the type of polish. And people might say, well, these are just animations. That's just visual. It doesn't matter. Animations are really important for gameplay because when the animations look good, your brain, it helps. It makes the game just feel better to see that smoothness there. Honestly, after looking at this IGN video, this is what the game needed. It's not perfect, obviously, but this is more of what the game needed. The majority of my complaints now, well, I still have my complaints with the game, is the marketing. How they approached this in the first place.
Yeah, how they started.
And we can't blame anyone for the discourse that's happened in the community regarding what we saw because it was so jarring and there was no explanation for any of it. this is what the game needed. It needed this explanation. And I actually appreciate IGN for being brutally honest in this. Because now you heard it from the horse's mouth. This game does have problems, and they need to be ironed out before release.
Well, they also said a big piece of information. This is kind of a segue. That it's an early build, and that's got me thinking. Like, it's possible that what they're allowing IGN to play is the more stable early build. So I see a lot of people on social media going, "Why in God's name would they showcase an early build?" Well, you've seen some screenshots released today from IGN, and some people are saying the materials on the enemies look better. It's very possible that for a screenshot, they can use the new build because they don't have to worry about performance issues.
Right.
For gameplay, it's a lower, it's an earlier build because it's stable. Now, this is interesting that they consider this stable though because of the pop-in. Maybe they have cool effects that are having trouble loading in this build, because we saw a little bit of cyan effects on the pop-in. So what I'm anticipating is in the final build that they're trying to iron out now in the last 5 months, and who knows how long this final build has existed, by the way.
And there's something I want to make sure of, by the way. In the okay, so there's something I've been noticing. So did they say at the end of the gameplay, is the release date still at the end of this year?
They haven't confirmed a release date yet.
Because here's the thing though, and the reason why I was complaining a lot about a lot of this stuff, chat, and you got to understand, is because I'm going in with the idea that this game comes out in 5 months. Because that's the last thing they told us before all of this. They said it's coming out holiday 2022.
But they normally mean November by that, right?
Yeah, by November. So about 5 months. And when I saw all these problems, I'm like, this is not enough time, right? If this is an early build and this game was delayed, then yeah, I would definitely be probably a bit more accepting that, okay, yeah, so you know, there's some stuff happening in this game, but I have hope, right? I have hope about certain things. Let me see here. I want to go to the real quick, actually, Evan. I want to talk about the boss that we saw in the Sonic Central.
Oh, I also want to talk about, like, because I'm realizing I'll pop back to that right now, but I was also wanted to talk about how I'm like, wow, it's crazy that this is only one frame of the prequel animation, but knowing the prequel animation to Frontiers stars Knuckles, and it takes place before the story of Sonic Frontiers, and Sonic Frontiers is mysterious, that's enough for me to be pretty excited about the story, if I'm being honest. Okay, because it focuses on Knuckles and its ancient ruins and history, so I'm like, please, is this lore-based? Are you confirming that this is a very lore-based game? Are we gonna learn new things about the world? Please.
Evan, I have bad news.
What?
At the end of the Sonic Central, it still says coming 2022.
Oh, okay. So like at the end of their little thing.
Yeah, so when they say an early build, so that's why, yeah, so I was under the impression, because they haven't talked about the release date in a long time, and because they're saying early build, I'm thinking maybe it was delayed. They're not going to be able to fix the pop-in before the release date.
Well, I mean, it depends, right? Like,
maybe,
if they have,
I don't know.
If they have a more completed build. You wanted to talk about the boss, right?
I do want to talk about the boss, yeah. So what was your, so first off, the animation. What do you think about the animation with Knuckles at the it was 2 seconds long, but
it's debatable. It's debatable that that's an animation. I like the frame though, and I just talked about that, like the fact that it stars Knuckles. It's a prequel animation that takes place before the events, and then we have a mysterious world. So putting things together, it's like this has to kind of unearth why Sonic comes to this island anyway, and the fact that it's focused on Knuckles is really special because they don't do that a lot.
And this really gave me some just adventure vibes just looking at it.
They're
doing it intentionally. Yeah, they're doing it intentionally.
Yeah, we were talking about how they're doing this on purpose, and in my reaction, I was like, if this is it, I'm gonna freak out, and it was.
Right. So I wanted to ask though, if this is how they're handling the cutscenes in Sonic Frontiers, what is your thoughts on this animation style? Do you like this idea?
Wait, for the cutscenes in game? This is like a prequel animation similar to like Team Sonic Racing Overdrive, though.
So you don't think these are going to be in game at all?
I don't see why it would. I mean, it would be so like jarring. Like I don't know how they would do. I mean, they did it in Black Knight, so you could say that, but it was a Wii game, so I think that's why they got away with it. I just don't. I can't imagine how what Sega is considering a AAA game, a 3D game too. I just don't know how they would get from like 3D to 2D. There's obviously some creative ideas you can come up with to make a really cool blend. I've seen games do that, but the reason I'm not anticipating that happening is because of what we've seen so far of Frontiers, right? It's clear that animation isn't a very high priority. Yeah. So having a cool transition from like 3D models to 2D animation just doesn't really feel like it's on the table for me.
Yeah. And a lot of people in chat are saying that this would just be a YouTube thing. Okay, so okay, I'll agree with you guys on that. I was about to say though, like maybe if they were to do it that way, maybe it would remind people of Black Knight, and maybe that'd be an interesting take. But yeah, I definitely agree. If the game is in 3D, I'd rather have 3D CGI animate 3D animations, but hopefully CGI. But they're not going to be. I mean, ideally,
Ideally, I would have what I just suggested. Like, I love 2D animation, and so ideally, this game would have 2D animated cutscenes, but only if there's a cool transition between 3D to 2D. That would be really unique and fun and fresh.
Also, this is something bizarre. The countdown to when they're about to show the boss fight for Frontiers looked like Sonic movie effects. Like
the countdown? Oh yeah, that was weird.
It was so bizarre. But yeah, so this boss fight. I think this was a cool looking boss. This actually looked cool.
Visually cool. Yep.
Visually cool. Fast paced. It's the fastest we've seen Sonic because of course it's Unreal, so of course he gets to go fast now. It does look like the majority of this fight is quick stepping. It is unfortunate, but the quick stepping looks very reactionary. It actually looks fast paced. Like it looks like he was shooting a lot of projectiles at you. And it looks like it could be quite tricky. And I do like that. I'm happy that it's not too easy, like something like a level in Sonic Colors, for example, you know? And there is a section here where it turns kind of like into a platform stage and you have to fight it, which is cool. I'm surprised by it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised by a boss like this in Sonic the Hedgehog. Because it looks like this boss is going around the entire stage, right? And you're chasing it. I feel like that would only happen as a final boss thing. But this isn't the final boss. They're not going to show you the final boss, you know, gameplay of it. So to have a boss like this in game, probably mid game, that's a good sign to me. Like, okay, maybe there's other bosses they're not going to show us that is more like this.
So I mean, this kind of fits in with the bosses we've seen, if I'm being perfectly honest, because they show up in the environment. And normally they're really big, and this is probably considered a Titan, even though it's smaller, but it flies. Yeah. So this might be the only one that flies through the environment in this way. It's leaning on that spectacle. It's leaning on the fact that it can like weave through. You saw it like weave under that bridge. You saw. So that'll be the spectacle, and that's good. Yeah. This is a good concept for providing spectacle, and it really fits into the open world environment, right? But what I will say, I'll be on the negative side here. This is a piece of evidence that they are once again like reusing stuff they've used like many times. And not only that, but the concept of itself is reused from Sonic and the Secret Rings, which is what I was telling Lords before. So in a way, no, the Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, when you're running on the.
Yep.
It's funny you say that because isn't the director the guy that made those games?
Yes, he is.
Do you think
it's possible? It absolutely is possible.
They're actually just reusing from Secret Ring. That is a possibility.
They've been reusing from all other kinds of things, and I know that the people that are really excited about this game are going to say that that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the reason I bring it up is because we're looking for the depth, we're looking for what's new, right? And sometimes it's very easy to be caught up in the one piece of something that's new. But when you actually have your hands on the controller and you're playing it, all things considered, the gameplay is not much different than what we've seen in boost titles for bosses, right? There's projectiles to strafe to avoid. It's cool that there's a stadium portion though, but it's more of a remix of things we've already seen. So that's why you see people really excited about the combat, right? And when we hear that there's depth to the combat, that's exciting because it's new. And the spin cycle is exciting because it's new. And so we want to hear about that. So when they have a Sonic Central and it's meant to get us excited for the future and they choose to show stuff that is reused, It's not that it's bad they're reusing it. In the context of a Sonic Central where they're showing us new things to be excited about, it kind of just gives the impression that there's not a lot of new things.
Right. I definitely get that, and especially like the fact that we're in this new open world, but we're seeing a lot of the same stuff we've done in games that weren't open world, you know. But yeah, you know, I'm at least happy to see. I think we needed to see some sort of flary, visually appealing thing, and I'm hoping they're not spoiling us by giving away one of the only times this happens. I hope there's. I want this
More
game
spectacle.
to have a good amount. I want this game to have a good amount of spectacle. Because again, look, if we're not gonna have the freedom we wanted, if we're not gonna have momentum, and you want it to be automated, then it better look damn good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it better have a lot of
engaging.
stuff to do. If it's gonna be a lot of stuff we've done, like again, I've said this multiple times. If it's got a lot of stuff that we've done before, that's fine. But then that means that this game, Sonic Frontiers, needs to be the game that like puts in so many things we've seen before that it is the quintessential like combination of all those things. Right. And you're seeing it a little bit, right? Like that was why the initial reveal was kind of cool, because I'm like, oh, okay, so we got the trick system from Generations, we got wall running from Lost World, and like it's open world, and like it's automated like forces, but to see everything come together might be really cool. But again, it is only going to be really cool if it's large enough in scale to justify not only how long we've waited, but also to explain that the entire world is watching Sonic, and you decide to just do a few things we've done a million times before, and that's the package. Like, it's gonna be hard to like chew on that and not think like, did you guys give up? Are you out of ideas?
Right. And that's what I'm kind of getting at. This is like that's why like the only new thing we're seeing are these puzzles.
Right? Well, the combat too. That's why the combat has to have depth.
Well, yeah,
I want it so bad.
Combat. And that's why I like to hear that there's, you know, they are going to have that RPG element. There's going to be other stuff we get unlocked, and that's great and all. But it just is unfortunate that these puzzles are still all over. You know what I mean?
Hey Sam, did you know that Lords is here? Lords, what do you think?
Yeah, actually, and I want to get Lords' thoughts, because Lords is not as big of a Sonic fan as us, correct? Right?
Absolutely. Lords, give us the rundown. It's been a long time since we've heard from you, so yeah, take the floor.
Oh, God. Like starting from where? Just what we saw today?
Well, why don't I can choose a starting point for you. What do you think of that boss? You thought it looked kind of cool at first?
Yeah, I thought it was visual, but I don't remember seeing that from Secret Rings. But now that you said that, I'm like, oh, they are reusing it. I thought it was something creative.
Well, the thing in Secret Rings was a spectacle moment in a stage, and I don't remember that moment having any attacks. I think it was an auto runner.
It was. This, like I said, it's a combination of things we've seen.
Yes,
so like,
but it is a combination. There's quick step, and then you have that spectacle, then you have that arena part.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I thought when I first reacted to it, I thought it was really cool. But and then I saw the gameplay.
Yeah, I still think it's cool, even though the ideas may be reused. I'm happy they're at least combining ideas into one thing.
Yeah, it all depends on the scale. It all depends on the scale. If they're leaning on reused ideas to fill a world so it feels full, then it's great. And it's awesome. But again, in the context of a Central where they're showing us the future, the new things, and they know fans are watching, they know they're going to remember these things, it just gives the impression that there's not a lot of it. So that's why there's a little bit of like, oh, I'm not so sure. And then people are like, oh, it's bad because it's reused. No, it's like, context. We are in this moment in time only. We're not thinking about how it's going to release. No, we're right here, right now, talking to you about what we're seeing. Lords, what did you think of the Knuckles frame, the single frame? I can't even call it an animation.
I mean, the style looks cool.
It looked like Sonic X. Like, I'm trying to like.
Well, no, it looks better than Sonic X.
No, it looks better than Sonic X.
It literally. The style of Knuckles. The style of Knuckles looks like Sonic X.
Oh yeah, Knuckles doesn't look like his art style doesn't look like he's matching the environment. See, so the way I think about this is the background to me looks like Korra. It looks painted, right?
That's good.
But then the character, you're right, looks like Sonic X.
I don't think that's bad though, because the backgrounds are painted in Sonic X too. It has an animated look.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna hate this at all. I actually think this looks great. It looks fantastic, and animation is hard, and I think this is a great, unique way to do it. I hope I hope the movements of the characters in the animation, are really expressive, and I hope it utilizes the characters' abilities inside animations.
Well, with the painted background that you've got going on here, and you said it looks like Korra, but Korra acts to emulate an anime style, and that's why we might be getting a Sonic X vibe from this. It definitely looks more detailed than Sonic X. I did not mean to I didn't mean that in that way, but when I look at Knuckles, his like proportions and style from very far away looks similar to Sonic X, and that's a good thing in my opinion. Because we're looking for Shonen Sonic. People were talking about that a long time ago. So what Sam was saying before, right? I hope the characters move and are flowy. That's the hope, that we get action in this, that we get really fluid animation, because that's what we desperately need. What were you gonna say, Sam?
That Knuckles standing exactly like that with his arms crossed, I swear looks almost exactly to Sonic X, actually. It's reminding me of the opening.
Yeah, he's definitely stood like that, yeah.
He has a moment like that, and I wonder if they used it as a reference.
It's possible.
But that's not bad.
I actually think the Emerald Shrine itself, I actually think this is like the design from Sonic X specifically too, now that I think about it. Like the shrine looks a little different in like in-game.
It looks like the adventure setting.
I don't actually know. It definitely resembles that, but I don't know how they drew it in Sonic X. Either way, if I'm not sure, I should probably shut up. Lords, you didn't really talk about what you thought.
Huh. What about the gameplay? Yeah, what about the gameplay with IGN talking? Like,
yeah.
I mean, there wasn't really a lot of new stuff.
There was. They said there was nothing new, but they actually included that shot that Sam and I spent a long time talking about, where he gets flung off the arm.
Yeah, that was interesting.
What do you think about that?
It felt like familiar, like the clunkiness of like, the recent Sonic games. It felt like that.
This part looks so jank. I get those portals are supposed to launch Sonic off the arm, but why did he got launched to the right? I know why! Oh my god, I know why!
Wait, what? It's because he tries to boost.
Well, no, I don't think that's why. It's because there's no... I'm gonna go back in it. There's no physics in the game, right? So wherever Sonic is pointing, that's where he's going. When he got hit by that bumper, he's looking right. So the second he hits that bumper, and that bumper immediately gives him a boost of speed, it translates to where's Sonic pointing? Sonic's pointing right. Launches him to the right immediately. And that's why he launches to the side.
Are you sure? I'm
going frame by frame. Did he boost? I don't see him.
I take it as he runs into the booster straight on, because he's facing it directly. Then when he hits it, it's turning him around, but the player in an attempt, because you can see him accelerate, right? You can see him by the lines on the Titan's arm. You can see that he moves towards the lines. So he boosts to try to get in the middle, but he misses the middle because it's so fast. It happens in an instant. And he accidentally hits the other one, which tries to rotate him again. But then he probably boosts again because he still wants to go up there.
I'm not gonna lie, Evan. I'm not seeing him boost once.
Well, there's no boost effect. It's very hard to see.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. But usually you would hear the sound and you would see his spines kind of get a bit more squished together when he boosts. When
he's in his top speed.
When he goes up the arm, he hits a booster, and that's what gives him that speed. I'm not seeing any, and it's hard to tell. Again, there's no real boost effects, so it's hard to tell. But my immediate reaction, even if he was boosting, is the game is you go wherever Sonic's pointing in a split second's notice. There's no wait. So because he was still moving forward when he got pushed back, he started moving forward again, but he was looking to the side, and that's why he launched off the arm, was simply because Sonic was looking to the right for that second when he got hit.
I mean, I agree to disagree. I'm pretty sure the dude's boosting, because I was looking at the boosting before, and it's so hard to tell.
So I think he's hitting the ring when he bounces backwards. He's hitting the boost ring and going forward. Okay, you know that, all right.
Wait, he's hitting the red one, gets pushed back. I'm thinking that because I literally see him move forward.
Right, and I'm not gonna
because he's bouncing off the ring.
And I'm not going to focus on that too much. I'm not trying to like go frame by frame and see what's wrong. These are just points I'm bringing up because, again, I just look for quality in my Sonic games, and that's not a bad thing. I see people in my chat already are complaining, y'all just nitpicking, and other ones that say nitpicking like crazy. Listen here, man. We waited 5 years for this. What you might consider nitpicking, yeah, it may not seem like much at the end of the day, but this is still a game, a AAA game that's going to be sold to us at full quality. It's not sold yet. We can talk about what looks jank in this game. We're not just going to accept and say, oh, that, like, we're not going to focus on that. We're just going to, no, we can talk about this. I'm not yelling and saying, don't buy this game because of this janky animation. You don't see me saying that. We're simply talking about it. And I will say, if you are not mature enough to handle people doing that, then you could just get the hell out of my chat. I'm just saying that right now. Like, I'm done with people doing that. Like, if you're not mature enough to handle that, go. Okay, we're talking about animations. You guys can handle that. Come on now. Anyways, yes, it is nitpicking. I'm over that. But yeah, the animation though of Sonic grabbing the arm is cool. I do like that.
Oh, you guys are saying that, awesome. That he runs into the blue ring behind him off camera?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh!
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? That might be a good
You would
point.
see it though.
Actually,
No.
I think that is a good point. Maybe he does fall back into the blue ring.
I don't think you can see the blue ring.
Oh, you think it's unloaded? It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you got it, Lords. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's unloaded off screen, so you can't see it.
The boost pad, it's what it is. Okay, so you know what? I will reset what I said. I'll take it back. You know what, Lords? I think you're bringing a good point. I don't think it's because of lack of momentum. I think it is because he hit that boost ring thingy. That launched him forward.
I guess you could.
I still think it's designed to do that.
It's still weird. It's still weird to do that because it shouldn't boost you if you go into it backwards. But all right.
I think it's designed to do that, like Lord said. I think it just looks strange. So again, it's a visual thing. So if you can make it so that the blue ring you can actually see it, that it's impacting your movement, then it wouldn't look jank at all. I think the only thing would be the midair running, which clearly they're just deciding to do that as a choice. So I guess you could make the argument, oh, it's subjective. Okay, whatever.
Right.
I'll drop
and again, and Irari in my chat brings up animations can be it can be fixed in 6 months. I'm not a game designer, but I certainly do hope this stuff can be addressed. And that's why we're talking about stuff as simple as animations, because we hope this stuff can be patched up a little bit and given some more animations, some more frames. You know, that's why we bring this up. But yeah, you know, I at the end of the day, I think we could kind of start to go into like closing a bit, because I feel like we talked a lot about what we saw here.
I think we got it. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
What I will say at the end of the day, chat, even though some people were just yelling that I was nitpicking, I'm looking at this as a positive at the end of the day. I think this is exactly what Sonic Frontiers needed. We definitely needed
much better marketing.
Much better marketing. We needed this narration. I'm happy they were able to explain stuff, and my excitement for this game did go up a little bit at the end of the day. I think, you know, if they want to go this route without momentum, stuff like that, I could look past that as long as there's a lot of content and stuff packed into it. My hope is that because they're using a lot of stuff, that there's a lot of material in this game at the end of the day. And that's my hope, you know? So yeah, I think that's all I could really say at the end. Any closing stuff on your end?
Not really. I think I'll just go into reading the 3 donations I got, because I imagine it'll take you a lot longer to get through yours.
All right. So do you want to just split off from here, and then we'll just
sure. Yeah. Thanks, Sam, so much for being here.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Evan. Everyone say bye to Evan and Lords.
Bye, Sam's chat.
Bye.
It's our chat. Say bye to Sam too.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye. Chat, bye.
Okay. All right. So just a couple more donations from the same person, actually. Enclosed Granddad first donates $5 and said, "No energetic Crush 40 soundtrack. This music's nice, but darn, now I'm kind of worried there aren't any bangers in the soundtrack, but I hope I'm wrong." So like Sam said earlier, Enclosed Granddad, we've heard from leaks that have since now been confirmed because of what we now know. It appears that the cyberspace levels will have that kind of music that we're looking for. So there'll still be some of those tracks. Another $5 from Enclosed Granddad, so hard to say, says, "I would have loved momentum and loops and stuff, but at this point, Frontiers just needs to be polished into being the best 3D Sonic game it can be." Yeah, based on its own kind of merits, right? Based on what they're intending to do with it. Momentum is great, but yeah, it's a whole different design mentality, and it seems like they're trying to kind of, once again, pool all of their knowledge into one experience, which means that as fans, we're going to feel like there's a lot of rehashing, reusing. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It could result in something that's very, like, it could result in something that's very polished because it's all stuff they're familiar doing. But there needs to be a proportionate amount of new things, so it's exciting and it doesn't feel like you're getting scammed with your money, right? You're buying something new, and if too much of it is old, starts to leave a bad taste in your mouth. Like, why did I spend my money on this? Especially if you paid full price. And I would hate for people who are really excited for this game to walk away feeling like they were exploited. And so we're just trying to lay everything out on the table, right? So when you pick up this game, you know the whole story. And I'm pulling from my resources accumulated from being on YouTube since 2005 and being in the community since then. So I hope to provide a environment where you guys can get as much context as possible. There is no one Sonic person that can give that to you, but I'm trying to. Speaking of which, I'm going to have the dev of Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit, Noah Copeland, come on. He's a game dev, a fan game dev, understands Sonic very well, and we're going to go over the Frontier stuff that has since been revealed. So if you want even more context from a game designer, and you want all those questions asked, like, how realistic is it that they can fix animations in time for release? Are they using a early build? And, well, it was pretty much confirmed today, but how early is this build? And like how many months are separated between builds? How long maybe has Sonic Team had the newest build? Yeah, they're gonna have a lot more insight into game dev than I ever will. Great. Okay. So this was a really exciting stream, and I agree with Sam that overall this was much better because we had explanations for the gameplay, which honestly in the future, ideally, SEGA should do exactly what they did with Frontiers for each new Sonic game, but there should be somebody talking like there was in this. I think they should have basically started with what we saw today from IGN, the hands-on impressions. So somebody from IGN should be talking about their experience while showing us the raw gameplay at the same time. I think that could have avoided a lot of arguments, because I mean, the less you give people, the more they have to fill in blanks, and then that's where arguments that just have no root in anything objective. So people just start to go crazy, and the way social media is now, people simply just cannot get themselves off of it in certain situations. So they just get caught in this loop of talking about technically nothing. And it stresses them out because it goes nowhere. It's frustrating. So try your very best to know that that as we move forward, the less we know, the more stressful it's going to be. And maybe the next Sonic game release, you'll be able to have a better time. Because I know I certainly have managed to avoid a lot of the stress that normally comes from discourse, just because of what I've picked up over the years. All right. So that was our coverage of Sonic Central 2022. Lords, do you have anything else you wanted to add before we head out for the day?
Buy Sonic Adventure 1.
But Sonic Adventure 1 and mod it so that it plays like the original.
So that they see a bunch of sales, Sonic Adventure 1, and they go, But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Great. So you heard it from Lords. Buy Sonic Adventure 1, even if you don't like it. She's gonna force you to make it. Buy it. You have no choice.
Make Sonic Adventure 1. It's up to you.
Make it again. I wanted to show you guys because I didn't exactly know how the stream would go. So again, Lords did the coloring on this, and I wrote it out on the can for Hopium. But on the other side, I have Copium in case things went really, really bad. It never really got to that point. Maybe I'll keep this can. Well, I can always make a new one. I'll probably just make a better one in the future. But yeah, it was really fun to just have some sort of a prop for today's stream. But I wanted you guys to see that other side. That's basically it. If you didn't hear, Strategy Guide, the team I'm involved in, actually made the Sonic Origins trailer you saw today. So follow Strategy Guide on social media to be up to date with all the exciting projects we have upcoming, because there is a lot of exciting things we have coming. So stay tuned. And that's it. I just thought I would plug that again. because I still can't believe it happened. All right, guys, peace and have a wonderful rest of your week.
Bye.